Hey, my name is Heidi Cole. I'm the business leader for Shazam Enterprises. Super excited to be talking to you today about sharing the business. So before we go there, I'm just going to quickly, share my little journey in this amazing venture. So I am a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister. I've been married to my husband almost 23 years. Our children are now adults. They are 22 and 19. And what are some things? I like outdoorsy stuff. I like to camp. I like to hang out with my girlfriends. I like to hang out with other couples. We love to do a variety of different things, go to a bunch of different activities. We love to boat. We love to hike. We like to bike ride. I like coffee. And I share that because I'm human just like everybody else. And when I started out in this business, I didn't necessarily think about that. People I put people into these little buckets, if you will. Like, for instance, if somebody worked at the bank, or I talked to some lawyers, or maybe you have a stay-at-home mom who's got 5 kids, or maybe you're talking to a person who works 3 and 4 jobs, right? Sometimes I would go ahead and say, oh, they're too busy, or oh, they've got a good job, or oh, they wouldn't want to do this. Guys, don't do that. Everybody is human. Everybody deserves to hear what you have to offer for this business. Okay, so I want to encourage you. So this is one word I want you to remember, or ESP. Every single person. That's who you should share it with. Every single person. So, my journey in this business. Been around 18 years. I came in not going to sell it. Didn't want to. Didn't think this kind of stuff worked. Had done a lot of other home-based businesses. None of those had worked. I'd put more money into them than I had gotten out of them. And so when I originally joined, I was just going to get a discount. I was just going to do it to stash my cupboards full of stuff and be done. So how did we transition to 18 years later and being a business leader with this amazing company? Well, somebody believed in me. They believed in me. They kept putting things out before me. They kept inviting me to stuff. They didn't give up. So that's one thing too I want to encourage you, is the people that you bring into this business, they might be resistant in the beginning because we don't know exactly what they've walked through until we walk in their shoes, right? So when someone comes in and they're like, I'm just going to do this, that's okay. Great. Okay? That's okay. And so I want to encourage you that still put little seeds out before them. Still invite them to stuff. Still encourage them to go do a practice show. Still encourage them to go live in their Facebook group. Still encourage them to do a variety of these things. Still encourage them. Okay? So somebody believed in me. So that has led us then to be one of the youngest distributors in Tupperware. I became a manager in 30 minutes. I earned a car in 60 days. Been blessed to travel the world. Have driven this car for 17 3/4 years and has saved us over $250,000 in car payments and insurance payments. So the list goes on and on and on and on. And so we've been top in the world, number 17 in the world back in 2008. We've been in the top 40, then the top 20, then the top 10 in the US in national recognition. So I share that because anybody's journey can go wherever you have a desire. Wherever you have a desire, you can do it. Okay? So I encourage you to dream big. Dream big. Not just with like business and status or things like that, but like, what are some of those ultimate goals in your life and in your family that you want to do, that you want to accomplish, that people you want to help? What do you want to do? Let's do it. So, why recruit? Remember, Rita is the answer, okay? Rita. You might go, Rita's the answer. Yeah, Rita's the answer because recruiting is the answer. So number one person in 80% of the households will be doing a direct sales business. full-time by the year 2020. Let me reiterate that. One person in 80% of the households will be doing some sort of direct sales business full-time by the year 2020. So it's not a matter of if people are going to do a direct sales business, it's a matter of when, who's going to ask them, and who's going to help them. Okay? Next, I want you to think too, parties, right? Parties is your immediate income. That's your immediate cash flow. Recruiting is your retirement. Recruiting is the residual income. Recruiting is that longevity that's going to help you work smart. Work smart. Okay? So I just learned this the other day, that Tupperware is one of the top paying direct sales companies out there for their leaders, for people who start to build a team and build a business with this. Tupperware is one of the top paying direct sales companies. That's exciting and that's empowering. Okay, so that's why. Well, and let me also share this stat, that on an average, people who go into foreclosure or are desperate for money to pay their bills, they need an extra $500 a month, you guys. $500. Okay? Can we help people make $500 really quick? This is not a get-rich-quick business, but we do have the solutions to help them make that money faster than going and getting another job or something that's not flexible with their schedule, right? We have that opportunity to do that. So again, another reason why share the business, because we can help other people so they don't go into foreclosure, so they can pay their bills on time, so that they can make a difference. Okay, so how do we share the business? How do I share it and not sound pushy? Okay, first remove the word pushy out of your vocabulary. You're not pushy. Okay, and so yeah, sorry. And so I want to share a variety of different things with you. Number one, does your table talk? Right? Does your table talk? So what I mean by that is your warning envelope. Okay, do you have signs on your table? So this is one that I have, and it says warning, reading material inside could change your life forever. Okay, and so I have a $100 bill attached to this. Inside of here, I put my story. I type up my story, my journey, my experience with this business. Okay, number two, I also put, well, where will the party take you sheet, right? So that's got a picture of our opportunity kit, the say yes offer, and the activation offer that's going on. Okay, so I put that in there. I also put the Confident Start program sheet in there because I want to whet their taste buds. I want them to want to get more information. And so those things I have found really help with that. Now, do you have to put your story in there? Absolutely not. But what I found is that it helps you become relatable. They get to know you, they get to trust you faster, versus just, oh, she's the Tupperware gal, and yeah, she's supposed to talk to me about the business. No, I'm not supposed to. I want to. Okay. Another thing that you can put on your table, if you have the activation offer, the say yes offer, hopefully you can see that. Okay, if you have those things on here, okay, have them displayed. You could put a tent card that says, ask me how you can get this for 25 bucks, right? That's our stack cooker. So whatever the say yes offer is, you could do that. Or if you're like, I don't have that, that's okay. Print off where will the party sheet take you, right? Where will the party take you? Print this off, put it in a nice acrylic frame or a regular frame and put it up on your display. So the signs help talk when you're off gathering or socializing with the guests. They can come over to the table, they see stuff, it plants seeds. Number one, it plants seeds. We want to plant 3 to 4 seeds per party throughout that show. So this can be one, right? Here's another one. I kit you not. So it's just got a picture of the kit, right? So what are some other seeds that I can plant? Well, I might be talking about the Power Chef system, right? So as I'm talking about the Power Chef system, I want them going through that catalog. How much is this system, you guys? Or the Power Chef? Oh, it's $69. Okay, great. What if I told you you could get it for $39 plus tax? Ask me later, or I'll share some information with you later. That's a seed. Another seed I can plant is there are 3 ways tonight, you guys, that you can get your product. Number 1 is you can pay full price. I am totally fine with that if that works best for you. So I do take checks, credit cards, and cash. You get to decide what works better for you. Number 2 way you can get your product is by having a party and getting it for free or half price. And number 3, and the absolute best way, is by starting your own journey with Tupperware. Sign on up and we can get your account opened and you get to have several different opportunities. Number 1, you can just fill your cupboards and offer it to family and friends. Number 2, you have the opportunity to make some fun money. Number 3, you can turn it into a career if you so choose to. Number 4, you can also give back, pay back, and help out your community. So we do have an amazing fundraiser program. Plus, if you like to work in your jammies, oh my gosh, you can work in your jammies and do an online business and have an online store that's open 24/7. So I'd love to share more information with you about that. So I planted a variety of seeds there. Fundraising, dating a party, joining the business, having some fun, right? So again, seeds. So you can plant anywhere from 2 to 4 seeds throughout the party. And again, remember, some of your signage is your seeds, but you need to bring it alive. You can't just let that sit there and not say anything else about your business. Okay, another fun thing is you want to get them asking questions about the business, but you want it to be fun and lighthearted. You want them to be engaged. You want them to want to be engaged. So we have found that the recruiting envelopes is one of the best things to do. We have fallen in love with it. We have several of our team members who absolutely swear by this. So what it is you can get some fun colored envelopes right at the store and number them 1 through 8. So each envelope has a number, okay? Inside each envelope is a question regarding the business, what you want people to ask you about the business. And so you have 8 people at a party, you would hand out these envelopes. So I'd hand them out at the beginning and say, hold on to that envelope because we'll do something with them later. Okay, I don't say anything else with it. So when it comes time for them, I'll be like, okay guys, it's time for a commercial break. We're gonna go ahead, pull out those envelopes for those of you who have them. Because if you have more than 8 people, not everybody will get one. If you have less than 8 people, some people will get 2, right? So then I'll go ahead and say, all right, who has number 1? So they open it up. There's index cards in here that has questions on them. For instance, this one says, when and how do you get paid? Okay, and can anyone do this business? So you can put the questions there. You can put the answers on the back if you want to, or you can just answer them, okay? And then you can either give them tickets for asking these questions and participating, even though they really don't have a choice because they have an envelope, or you can give them a little gift, or it's just simply, again, a fun interactive way for doing that. So after you do the envelope game, here's the icing on the cake. This is what seals the deal, and by not doing this next part that I'm going to share with you can really make or break this portion of it. So you want to ask a survey, have like a door prize drawing or survey questions. And so what you want to do is have an index card in their folders, right? Have them pull out that index card. So I say something like, all right, you guys, you got a chance to ask me some amazing questions. Nice job. Thanks for playing. Now I get to ask you some questions because this helps me with the business. So pull out that index card. The first thing I'm going to have you do is write down number 1. Behind number 1, I want you to write down your name. Number 2, I want you to go ahead and write down number 2. And I want you to write down, did you have fun tonight? Say yes. And I'm nodding my head. Number 3, if I could show you how to make an extra $35 to $75 an hour with no obligation information, would you be willing to get some more? Yes, no, or I could be bribed. Number 4, is on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being I would rather clean toilets, or number 10 being, you know what, this sounds really interesting, I'd like to get some more information. Where do you see yourself? And you can't say number 5. And number 5, if our hostess decided to give this business a try, now she has not said anything about that at all. I'm just asking you guys this. If she decided to say yes, would you be one of her first practice parties to help her get started? Say yes. And number 5, who do you know, right? This may or may not be for you, but who do you know that this might be something for them? For every 3 names that you write down, I'm going to have a special gift for you, just for offering up other people's names that this business or a party could impact them. And then I go ahead and I have somebody go around and collect those for me, fold them up, and then they collect them. So then at order time, I'm actually going through them. Okay, going through them, and so they come up, and so if Susie's like, oh my gosh, you know, Susie, did you have fun tonight, right? I do the small talk. Hey, I see on here that you could be bribed to get some more information. So what is it that intrigued you to want to get more information? And so I just go through and find out, and you know, I'm able to share that information with her, and hopefully she'll be joining the team right then and there that night, because your party's your office, so really work your office. If she does not have time, right, to talk to you that evening, that's also where your warning envelopes come into play, because then you can send them home with that, look through the information, and then schedule a time in the next 12, 24, max 48 hours to follow up with them, because they're kind of like, leads are like bananas. They go bad really fast. And so pencil in a time, just like you pencil in your parties, you pencil in a time to follow up with them, okay? And the other reason for the survey is people are more honest on a piece of paper than they will be to a stranger's face, okay? And they may not want other people to know that they're looking for something else, or a supplement or anything like that, because people don't want to say that either their significant others or spouses don't provide, because that's not the case, or their budget doesn't allow extra things, right? So there's just a variety of reasons. So that's why the survey or the door prize is so critical, because your recruiting numbers will go up by doing that when you follow up and through with them, okay? So then next, who do you talk to? Remember we said ESP, every single person. Yes, number 1, we do want to engage and ask every single person if they've ever thought about doing something like this. Don't say, have you thought about doing Tupperware? Because they may not have thought about doing Tupperware, but they certainly might have thought about doing a direct sales business. So I like to ask, so have you ever thought about doing something like this? No, I haven't. Oh my gosh, you know what? Would you allow me the opportunity to just share some more no obligation information with you? Sure. And then you'd go through and share some. But especially you want to share with who? The hostess, because she or he is already doing a party. They love the product. They're having their friends together. And so hello, prime time to talk to them. So I love the calculator close. So what is the calculator close? Really simple. You ask your hostess for her help at the end of the party. All the orders have come through. I'll say, you know, Susie, can you come on over here? Can I ask for your help for a second? Sure. So she'll come on over, and I don't interrupt her from her guests, but after the guests have started to weed out and so on and so forth, if I've got kind of a lull with her, I'll pull her to the side, or I'll prep her ahead of time to let her know that I will be asking for her assistance at the end of the party for some things. And so then she already is aware of that. So at the end of the time, I'll say, okay, here's our orders. I'm going to ask you for a favor. Will you total up your orders before shipping, handling, and tax? So here's the key thing. Number 1, so let's say that party was $550, okay? Okay, so yay, it's $550. Okay, so now take that number times 25%. What's that number? Oh, it's $137.50. Wow. So Sherry, that's what I made from your party tonight. $137.50. I'm like, now did that look challenging? Well, no. It wasn't. It was fun, right? I truly get to party for a living. Now, let's take that. How long was I here? Well, it's going on, 2 hours. Okay, so 2 hours, because I don't count my drive time. So divide that by 2. What's that number? Oh, it's $68.75. So I made $68.75 an hour tonight. Am I worth $68.75? Right? And so what that does, you guys, is it's a visual for your hostesses to see. I didn't have to tell her, hey, yo, I made $137 off you tonight. No. Oh my gosh. This is what I was able to make because you invited your friends in. I would love to offer you the same opportunity. Plus, we got 2 parties tonight. These could be your shows to go do. Is that something you'd be interested in? Okay. So next is the final thing with you guys is I just want to share also, take the next step in your business, right? Go to that next step as quick as you can. If you're a consultant, go to manager, get it done in 2 to 4 weeks. It doesn't take forever to do that. Get that step up bonus, whether it's $100, $150, or $200. Start that next month off on a pay raise. You deserve it. Your family deserves it. Remember, by building a business, by building a team, that's going to be your retirement. That's going to be your residual income. That's going to help you work smarter. It's going to help you make a bigger impact, not only with your family, but others. So dream big, know what you want, write down your plan of attack, and let's go make this happen for you. Thanks so much for listening. Hopefully you walked away with some amazing, great tips and ideas that you can use immediately. Bye-bye.